Rigoletto is a timeless opera that combines music and a powerful storyline, which in turn has captivated audiences for generations. And it's making its way to Charleston thanks to our next guests. Let's welcome back Leah Edwards, founding general director of Holy City Arts and Lyric Opera, better known as Halo, and Ashley Fabian, who plays Gilda in this production. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for being here.
So Leah, this production kind of covers the gamut of human emotions. Can you talk about this?
Yes, Giuseppe Verdi is the king composer of all emotions packed into a 2.5-hour span. Our deepest love and hate and tragedy and comedy. It's really, he had a magical way of finding musical outlets for all of those.
So what is the storyline of it, like a brief summary of what people can expect?
Sure, there is a head coach of a team, the mascot of their team, the courtiers that do all of the, the basketball team that does all the bidding of the coach, and all of the various things that surround that story and those relationships and how they come in and out of each other's lives.
Okay, and so Rigoletto wasn't always a basketball production. So why did you decide to tie this into it?
In my opinion, opera is for everyone. It began that way as an art form. It was for the people. It's always had, it's full of real human emotions that whether you are familiar with the form of music, it doesn't matter. The story is so palpable for each human individual that there are stories that they can relate to. And so what we like to do at Halo is really assemble phenomenal artistic quality in our cast, and be able to update a story that this community, in particular in Charleston, that this community can relate to. And I know we've had some huge success lately with basketball here.
Yes, we have. Yes, and now Ashley, so you play Gilda, and to my understanding, she's kind of like a contrasting character to the storyline. Can you tell me about her?
Well, you have a bunch of men in this opera that are not so great. And then you have Gilda, and Gilda is kept in this house, and she's not allowed to leave. And her father is very afraid that she's going to be exposed to the terrors of the outside world, so he's trying to keep her very innocent and pure, and he doesn't want to lose her. And so Gilda is very, very young, and she is really desperate to kind of find out who her family is and who she is as a woman. And so she does end up falling for someone who she thinks is a great guy, but maybe he's not so great. And she's willing to do anything for him, and I won't give away the ending, but she does a lot for him. So.
Wow. And I feel like that character, perfectly explains a lot of, father-daughter relationships. What do you hope that audiences take away from Gilda?
I think it's the most beautiful story of her discovery, her awakening, and finding out who she is and seeing her love so much, and then experiencing the tragedy of that father-daughter relationship and the really profound loss of her innocence. It's just a really tragic, heartbreaking story. It's one of the best operas ever written.
Musically, it is perfect in my, again, opinion. That's the fun of art, being subjective. He finds moments to detail each character with their own solo, to have their own moment of, as we all have inner monologues, he outlines each of the principal characters and you see their thought process. And then what he does with this music, he creates a very famous storm scene, it's known as, and it is a quartet in the middle of a thunderstorm, and Verdi makes it so in the orchestra you can hear the wind blowing, and he even adds in a banging on the door that the orchestra does, and the entire experience makes you feel like you're sitting in a huge scary thunderstorm that also I know we've all been through.
Yes, we have. We know a lot about those in the Low Country, and so Festival Hall is going to be transformed into into a magical basketball-esque thing. And this is so November 1st and 3rd at 7:30.
Yes.
And then you have a matinee on the 5th at 2 p.m. This is again at Festival Hall. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. And you can find out more information at holycityarts.org. We're back after this.